Well, y'all, here we are. It's the end of Vlogmas. It is day 22. It is time for me to finally say goodbye. In usual Vlogmas tradition, every year, the last video of Vlogmas is always a Q&A. You all love this video, and I have so much fun reading all of your comments on 22 or 21 videos and compiling what I found to be the most interesting questions, and I'm going to provide answers to you here. I thought it would also be fun to toss in some fun facts, behind the scenes info, stuff you really just have no way of knowing that's going on in my life as I'm filming each of these 22 videos, and a little bit of what's coming up, when you can expect to see me next, and some fun things I have on the horizon. So let's just jump right in for the last day of Vlogmas video 22. So one of the questions that I got asked on repeat for 21 continuous days was, where did I get that sweater that I wore on day 1 of Vlogmas? And actually, if you watched yesterday's video, which was a style recap and roundup of everything I wore during Vlogmas, I told you that I was able to go back and find where I had purchased the sweater last winter, and I shared the link with you all in that video. I will also put the link to that sweater in the description box below this video in case you didn't watch yesterday's. But the sweater is available on Amazon. I believe it is still on sale right now. It comes in about 10 different colors, and it is the cutest sweater ever. I actually wore it out to dinner just last night. So in the video where I told you all that I wasn't feeling well, I filmed the video laying here on the couch when my husband went to get us pizza. I got a really weird comment. Most of you all said you hoped I was feeling better, and you sent me well wishes, and you told me that you were sick too. But one viewer said I brought it on myself. And I replied back and said, are you really saying that I made myself sick? And she said, yes, you absolutely made yourself sick, because you told us in a prior video that you had already been sick. You were hoping you weren't going to be sick during Vlogmas, so you did it to yourself. It was just bad karma. I could not believe that. I'm always a very positive person, I feel like, and by telling you all that I had been sick a couple weeks before, I don't really think brought it on myself that I would get sick again during Vlogmas. But you know, hey, I guess everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just don't happen to necessarily agree with that one. But I thought I would let you know that the comment did come in, because I just found it super interesting. So during this year's Vlogmas, you saw a lot of my husband, and I got a lot of comments about, Randy's wearing shorts. What the heck is the temperature there in Paducah? Oh my gosh, her husband's in shorts. And then one day when you all saw him putting a new heating element in our dryer, there were the comments, well, Randy's in jeans. Y'all, the man is in shorts the majority of the year. He absolutely hates to wear jeans. Now, when it is really, really cold outside, like the dead of winter, obviously he wears jeans to work. And that day he was fixing the dryer because he had to get down on the floor and he had to go to Lowe's and like all these things, he did put on jeans. And I was actually shocked myself when I saw him getting out of the shower. He was getting dressed, and I said, jeans on the weekend? Like, I couldn't believe it. But if he can be in shorts, he's absolutely going to be. He sits around the house all winter long in shorts. He will wear a sweatshirt with shorts. Shorts are just his thing. And you all are probably used to seeing him in shorts. But yeah, that day he actually did have on some jeans. I got a lot of questions about my happy light that I sit in front of every single morning in the winter, because, you know, we just have gloomy days here in Western Kentucky, and I need the feeling of sunlight. I need natural sunlight if I can get it. I need to feel the sun on my face. I need the effects of sunlight. So I've been sitting in front of a happy light for about 10 years. And so one viewer asked me, are you supposed to stare at the light or just have it on around you? That's a really good question. You do not stare directly at the happy light. You just kind of have it shining in the direction of your face while you're looking at something else. So you could read a book, you could work on your computer, you could look at your phone, and the light is shining in the direction of your face. It mimics natural sunlight, so it kind of sets your body's rhythm. It makes you sleep well. You do it in the morning and it wakes you up. It just truly is a lifesaver for me in the winter. I know a lot of you all have happy lights because I've been talking about for so many years, and we all love it. I really, really do swear by the happy light. So one of the funnest videos was when I was making deviled eggs. And I got the funniest comments from you all. This video was so unexpected. I was in my pajamas and I thought, you know what? I'm making deviled eggs. I'm just going to film this. Maybe somebody watching doesn't know how to make deviled eggs, so I'll show you. So I got, why do you chop the pickles instead of using relish in your deviled eggs? Well, that's a really good question. I guess you could use relish. I just always have sweet pickles in my refrigerator because I love a tuna salad and I put sweet pickles in it and I make that a lot for lunch. So I just never really use relish. I never even think to buy it. So that's why I chop my pickles. A lot of you said you'd never heard of the egg tapping technique. Y'all, game changer. Tap your eggs before you boil them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you didn't see that video, I will put a card for it right up here and link it in the description box. You can go back and watch it. If you make deviled eggs, are hard-boiled eggs, you've got to know how to tap your eggs. It makes peeling them so much easier. And then somebody said, call me crazy, but watching and listening to you tap those eggs was oddly satisfying. So funny. So when I was editing that video, and I actually filmed a lot of me, like I filmed tapping every single egg, and when I was editing it, I thought, this is pretty cool. Like, this is a really cool sound. So I left a lot of it in the video, enough that I thought maybe you all would not get bored watching me tap eggs, but you loved it. A lot of people said they enjoyed just hearing the sound.
Ooh, I broke one. Whoopsie.
You loved seeing Brecken in my pajama party video. We had a hoot filming that video. I talked her into coming over here. We filmed a pajama party in front of the tree wearing our favorite bamboo pajamas. And y'all, got to tell you, she had never worn bamboo pajamas before that day. I've converted her. She loves bamboo pajamas. I love bamboo pajamas. If you didn't see that video, we had a hoot. We talked about, all the Christmas things, but they're not just Christmas pajamas. They're everyday pajamas. They do have some Christmas patterns, but pretty much every style that had a Christmas pattern also came in solids and other cute patterns, so you can go back and watch that video and get some pajamas if you want to. I'm realizing as I'm sitting in the floor filming this for you all, this is hurting my back. I'm too old to be sitting in the floor, I guess. I need to probably prop up on a pillow. The video where I was feeding the dogs and cleaning the dog bowls and asking you all, how often do you actually wash your dog bowls? Like with a brush, with soap, wash your dog bowls. And the answers were so varied, but the majority of you all said you wash the dog bowls or cat bowls every time you feed your pet. I was actually shocked. I thought I was doing a really good job with washing my dog bowls once a day. Y'all are doing it every time they eat, so I've got to up my game. A lot of questions about what were the dog bowls that Pollux and Maxie eat out of. They're a Yeti insulated dog bowl, and they are so great because they have a scoop bottom, silicone on the bottom. They're really heavy so they don't move around or tip over or scoot around when they're eating out of them. They're available on Amazon, lots of different colors. Love these dog bowls. Highly recommend, actually. Somebody said, what's the stuff you're mixing in with your dog's kibble? I'll show you a picture of it here, but it is a wet dog food that I just put like one little spoonful in each of their bowls for dinner time only, not their morning food, just to give them a little something, a little different taste. In the mornings, I actually put 2 squirts of an omega-3 salmon oil in all of their bowls, and I will link the salmon oil in the description box. It is so good. We can really tell the difference in their fur, the quality of their fur, it doesn't feel so, ugh. This is how my husband explains it. It just feels nice and soft. We've been giving them the salmon oil for probably 6 or 7 months now, and it really, really does a good job. And they all three get the salmon oil. Where do I get all of Maxie's cute little t-shirts? Your dogs need those too. So there are 2 sets of t-shirts that Maxie wears most of the time in the winter. And actually, he wears a t-shirt almost every single day in the winter because he just gets so cold, he shivers. So the t-shirts come in a set of 2 or 3. So there's the little striped t-shirts and there's the solid t-shirts. The solid t-shirts are quite a bit thicker than the striped version, so I'll link them below along with the size that Maxie is wearing. And Maxie is about 22 pounds, so that can help you gauge what you get for your dog. So a funny comment I got from somebody is, I will never forgive you for showing me how to make that Christmas crack. They are truly addicted and have made their 3rd batch already this December. Y'all, the Christmas crack, you know I love it. Like, it is truly an addiction. I have refrained. I have not made a single batch of Christmas crack yet this season. My daughter and my son-in-law are coming in from Milwaukee. They're going to be here tomorrow. So I've been holding off because my son-in-law loves the Christmas crack. I think he loves it as much as I do. So I'm going to make the one and only batch, a huge batch of crack. We will eat it while he's here, and then that is it. I have a beach vacation coming up, and this girl has got to get in a bathing suit, and so I cannot stuff myself with Christmas crack. I just can't. Like, I can eat it until I make myself sick. So I made myself not make it. I'm waiting for Tebow to get here. We'll make it together, and then that'll be it. Somebody said, you show us the same products over and over and over. Why don't you show us something new? Well, that's a good question, y'all. I guess my answer is because I only show you things that I own, that I use, that I love, that I trust. These are things I'm buying myself. I don't just get on Amazon and buy hordes of new products every day like I know some people do. So when I talk about things, whatever the topic of the video is, I'm just showing you what I have and love and use. I would never just buy a random something for the purpose of showing it to you and trying to get you to buy it. That's not how I roll, y'all. So if you see something again and again, or it's the same footage of something, that's just because that's what I have. So I shared in a video with you all, I was at the grocery store and I was buying a particular bird seed, and somebody said about the bird seed that Randy swears by. My husband asked, do you put it in the bird feeder or do you throw it on the ground? This person has squirrels that tear up the yard. We have squirrels too. Squirrels are so bad here. We have big nests up in the trees, so many squirrels. And when we first got the bird feeder this year, the squirrels were all over the bird feeder. The birds couldn't even get on the bird feeder. And we tried lots of different bird seed. And this one, it's called like Sizzle Heat or Hot and Sizzle or something. I get it at Walmart. I don't know if there's a different version maybe available at another grocery store or on Amazon. I will look, but it has some kind of spice, like a spiced nut in there that squirrels don't like. So when we first started buying it, probably 4 or 5 months ago, at first the squirrels were on the bird feeder, but then after about a week, when they realized that's all that was in the bird feeder, they stopped coming. No squirrels are on our bird feeder. They have completely left the area alone. So yes, we do fill our bird feeder with that bird seed, and we don't sprinkle it on the ground. And the squirrels just don't like it, so they don't mess with the bird feeder anymore. Have any of your dogs ever bothered the Christmas presents before? Well, the other day, which I showed you all, I was coming in, I think, from the grocery store.
Hello, hi Mimi, hi Pogs. Okay, come on, let's go outside. Oh, moo. We don't need all that, buddy. Come on, let's go outside. You got it. Oh my gosh, you pulled a bow off of a gift, miss. Oh my goodness. Somebody got in a gift. Look at this. That. Oh, look, they totally pulled it off. I'll have to fix that later. Sheesh.
and I saw that one of the gifts, the bow was off and laying in the floor out here, and the gift was turned over. So I don't know if one of the dogs just got excited and stepped on it maybe, or if they had been messing with it well when I was at the grocery. I don't know, but that's the only time that I've ever seen them mess with a Christmas gift. They will come over here and sniff things, but they don't mess with the tree or the gifts. Did I get all of my rugs from Amazon? I think you did some of them, but I'm not sure. They love the rug in the TV room, which is actually where I'm sitting right now. Yes, all 3 rugs in my house are the exact same rug. Same size, same, or not the same size, same color, just different sizes in each room. So this rug is in this living room, it's in my dining room, and also in the foyer. The rug in my office is different, and that one came from Wayfair. But I also think that I saw it on Amazon too after I bought it from Wayfair, which was a bummer because it was cheaper on Amazon. So I'll link the rugs in the description box. The color that I have, I believe, is called ivory and gray. May I ask what light bulbs you used in your chandelier and what wattage? They look great, and I think that's the color I'm looking for. So if you followed along through all of Vlogmas, then you know that we went through our house and changed out every single light bulb. Literally, not exaggerating, every single light bulb. In our chandeliers, the ceiling can lights, all of our lamps, everything. And we are finally, oh, pardon y'all, got to put a leg out. This is so uncomfortable. We are finally done, except for the main chandelier in our foyer. The light bulbs got here yesterday, so we're changing them out tomorrow. But I will link all the light bulbs that we currently have in the house in the description box. But in our chandeliers, I believe we have 40 watt. I believe. I'll note that in the description box. But everything is 4,000 Kelvin. Every single light is 4,000 Kelvin. The lights that are in the lamps are Philips Smart Hue bulbs, and so you kind of set the Kelvin based on like you move your finger around until you get it where you want it. So I can't actually see the number, but they're somewhere close to 4, maybe like 38.7, somewhere in that range. But every other light is 4,000 Kelvin, and I'm telling you, it made a huge difference in the way our home looks and feels. It is brighter, it is whiter, it's not dull. I don't feel that heaviness on my head when we had like 2,700 Kelvin lights. Oh my goodness, that was so bad. And chandeliers can have different shaped bulbs. So like what's in the, what do you call that thing? Ceiling light, the fan light over our bed, those are a different shape than the chandeliers, but I'll link everything below for you. Game night. We are having game night as I'm filming this tomorrow, actually. And my daughter texted me not 30 minutes ago and said she is changing her game. She was home trying to get it all together, like doing practice rounds, and she said it is not working out. She is changing her game. My husband is going out in the morning to find the final components for his game, whatever that is. And you all know, if you watch the video, mine is completely decided. If you are going to play my game, I'm going to play it with money. You can play it with chips. You can play it with quarters. You can play it with, what did you all say? Yeah, chips, quarters, dollars, any of that type of stuff. Somebody even said they play the game with candy. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Hershey's Kisses. That is such a cute idea, right? So if you're going to play game night with your family, highly recommend watch that video. I'll give you lots of great suggestions. Since Lola is here in my face, I'll tell you that somebody said, yes, Renee, I do love your family and I love seeing you, but I'm not going to lie, I'm totally here for the dogs. And let me tell you, I know that you all loved seeing the dogs during Vlogmas. Really? Really? Can you back up? Back up. You're standing on my paper. So now I want to give you a fun fact. I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget it. The most viewed video during Vlogmas was gift ideas for your grown children. That video, by far as views, beat any other video. Second in line was I was sick on Vlogmas. I guess y'all were interested in me being sick. The least viewed video, which this broke my heart, was the day that the dogs took over Vlogmas. I really thought that's what you all would love to see, and you would eat up that video. 25 minutes of nothing but the dogs. Nothing of me, and it was the least viewed video out of 21 days. Sad. The longest video during Vlogmas was the pajama party with my daughter at 34.5 minutes. And the video that got the most comments during Vlogmas was me being sick. It had 225 comments. Most of them were you all saying you hope that I felt better and sending me well wishes. And then there was the one exception, which I already told you, with the lady that said, I brought it on myself. Another question that I got a lot is, do you self-tan? I would love to know what you use because your skin color is so pretty. Y'all, I have never self-tanned. Never. Not even one time. This is my normal skin color. I just got back from a beach vacation in St. John in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I was there in early November, so maybe I have a little tan hanging on. Honestly, when I look at myself, I don't feel like I do, but this is just my normal skin color. So thank you for the compliment, but no, I don't self-tan. Lots of questions about my dining room chairs because I showed you my dining room table lots of times and the decor in the dining room. The chairs are on Amazon. I love them. They come in several different colors. They're like a corduroy chair, and I got them maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and they just really elevated the dining room, and they're probably on sale right now if you need some dining room chairs. I'll link them below. Where did you get your pretty bedspread? I love that color. I love it too. Oh my goodness, it is from Quince. It is a bamboo comforter. I have the matching bamboo sheets and the pillow shams, like the entire set. It is the color walnut, and I looked yesterday. The set is available, but I think the color walnut is sold out, but there are lots of other colors, so you can check that out. But I really do like the set. What did I get my son-in-laws for Christmas? I shared what to gift their adult children, but I didn't say what I got my son-in-laws. Well, that's because they got very specific gifts. So I didn't share those things in the video because I felt like they were not something that you would generally get somebody. They were very specific gifts just for them, and they're wrapped and underneath the tree right here. Where did I get the red and pink striped pajamas that I wore very early into Vlogmas? Those pajamas so adorable. I love the colors. They're super soft, and they actually come, the pajamas come in a set of 2, so they came with the coordinating, I think like navy blue with white polka dots or something, but they're adorable. I'll link them below. This might be one of my favorite comments. So I told you all, you know that I have frosting on the windows in the dining room and my office in the front of the house. The windows are frosted halfway down to prevent the dogs from being able to see out so they don't bark their heads off at every little thing. I thought the dogs could behave. I took the frosting off in the dining room and learned very quickly I was so wrong, and we had to put the frosting back up. So somebody said, I bought the window frosting based on your recommendation and we love it. Thank you for making a mistake so we don't have to. Go Team Frosting. Y'all, I am so with you, and I think I'm going to frost the little strips of glass beside our front door because Lola just hangs out there so she can see all the delivery people going by. She is tearing up our front door. I showed it to you all. It is a disaster. So I think I'm going to have to frost it. The back of the house is wide open. They don't look out here, which is so surprising to me because we have neighbors, there's cars, there's squirrels, there's birds, there's the neighbors' dogs. They can see all that, but they never look out these windows, or my bedroom window for that matter. So here's a couple fun facts, some things that you can expect from me, probably things that you need to know coming up after this video. So this is the end of it for me for Vlogmas. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to enjoy my family. There will be no videos this week at all. I may be back on Tuesday, December the 30th, but I don't know. It may be Friday, January the 2nd. I'm just going to bask in my kids being here. They're going to be here for a whole week. It's really hard to get back in the groove, but y'all, I'm worn out. I've worked my booty off 22 days in a row. And also, I continue to post on Instagram and Facebook every single day. I have not missed a single day or a newsletter. So I'm worn out. I need a break. Right, sis? We need a break. So I'm not exactly sure when I'll be back. Just make sure your channel notifications are on and you'll be alerted. But look for me on December 30 or January 2nd. Speaking of YouTube channel and notifications, if you check out my channel, you'll see that my channel banner has been updated. I have a brand new banner that was designed by my daughter on my YouTube channel and also on my Facebook page. I hadn't updated my channel banner in several years because it's a lot of work to create a new channel banner. And one day she said, I really think you need to update that, Mom. I'll do it for you. And she did and went live actually this morning, and it looks really good. So check that out. If you don't follow me on Facebook, I personally invite you to join me there. I share something every single day, and normally it is outfit inspiration, just because I get so many questions about what I'm wearing, where did I get the sweater, where are the shoes, the purse, the things. So I started filming an outfit reel every day. I started that way earlier, like into this year, and I post something every single day on Facebook. I have 26,000 followers over on Facebook, and I've started to share the link to the item in the caption of the Facebook video, so you don't have to comment. You can just click the link and there it is. Or if you want to comment, I will DM you with the info, and a lot of times in that DM there's more information. So follow me on Facebook, check out the outfit inspo. It's, you know, over 50 life and style, what I'm wearing and doing and all the things, and I would love for you to join me there. That same information is posted on Instagram every day as well. And you know, I send out a newsletter every Sunday. I'll put a link in the description box if you want to get on my email list. It is so much fun. I love my newsletter, and people who get the newsletter are always in the know before everybody else on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So it really is the place to be. I'm trying out like some new looks, a new style, a new format in my newsletter, and I would love to hear from you all when you get, or if you got yesterday's newsletter. Gosh, I'm getting my days confused. There was a new little style thing in there, a new format I'm trying out. Let me know if you like that. But for now, happy Vlogmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year if I don't see you until January the 2nd, and thank you so much for spending the month of December with me. I have enjoyed every single second, and I love you all. See you later.